Hi guys, thanks again for coming back, and your subscriptions and your likes are really helpful, so thank you again on that. Couple of days off, and now I'm able to do a quick reflection on a past job. It was my first ever attendance to a stabbing. Yes, right, as in like stabbing. So this was in a location which is quite open to public, and not mentioning names, places, or anything like that. Generally we were called for a cat. It was a cat 1, cat 2, and first time it came up on the machine it said stabbing, and we thought, okay, well it might not be, because sometimes things come up on our computer on the ambulance and it's not quite what it means, you know, it's something else. It could be like someone has stabbed their foot on a pin or something, you know. But ended up being properly stabbed. So what we went to was a person we thought got stabbed twice, actually got stabbed once with a knife. And it was really good to see all the services all gel together and work together as a team. So we were on scene just after the police arrived. There was like 3 or 4 police vehicles there. We were the first DCA, like double ambulance crew there. And there was already the main sort of manager, OO, or DO I should say, there, and they had already packed him and checked him out and made sure that he was not bleeding out at all. Initially the scene was quite traumatic in the way of lots of people running around, and lots of people staring, and lots of people not knowing what to do, a lot of confusion. The person who had been stabbed was on the floor, but they were okay in the way that they were breathing and communicating and everything. So our job, with my colleague and I, we got the stretcher down, and we got a grab sheet down, and with help with other passers-by and with the ambulance service and the police, we got this person down to the stretcher, got them on board. We did our obs again, because obviously when you move a person you have to do observations on them again, like blood pressure and temperature and heart and everything else, because obviously things change when you move a body, especially if they've been stabbed. Patient was fine in the way of, you know, was communicating okay, a little bit of pain but nothing major. We checked the wound. HEMS came in, helicopter guys. There was a helicopter in the sky, and also HEMS came by a critical team via a car. Sometimes they go by car as well. And that was really good to see them work, because they do all the specialist stuff as well, which we can't do on a double ambulance, and some paramedics can't do either. So once you go from paramedic, you can go up to HEMS and do some really neat stuff. Yeah, they came in with their ultrasound and checked the wound out and see how deep it was, and I was seeing all the pictures on that, and that was really interesting. Luckily for the patient, it hadn't hit, as far as I understand at the time, it hadn't hit any major arteries, organs, or the lungs, for example. So that was good for the patient. And we thought we were going to have to put him on board the HEMS helicopter, but it ended up being not needed. So after not packing the wound, but covering it up and making sure it wasn't bleeding out at all, and finishing observations, we then took him down to hospital. And from there we just gave him, handed over to the doctors and nurses in there in resus, and it was great opening the doors and seeing, like, I don't know, 10 people waiting for this one person to come through. They're all put all their kit on, they're all ready, the rooms are all ready for that one person. It was a lovely, really well organised team. So from the time of picking up the patient to the time handing over the patient, it was just teamwork. And the patient's doing well, okay. But yeah, it was my first stabbing, and I was a little bit nervous, but it was lovely to see all everyone else around who knew what they were doing, and communication was spot on. We knew exactly what we needed to do. we knew how to do it, we knew what order to do it in, and once you know exactly what you need to do and how to do it, then it just seems very smooth. And yeah, on the way to the hospital, I was holding on to the padding, you know, to stop and put the pressure on the stab area. Where my colleague was driving on blue lights, and we had blue light police in front of us as well. So yeah, it was really good, and yeah, good for the patient at the end of the day as well. So that's my quick reflection on there. What could I have done better? I don't know. I think I would like to know more how to read the scan, but then that's going to take years and years and years of you know, degree level, and I'm not an ultrasound person, but yeah, that was interesting. All right, thank you again, and I shall check you later on. Bye for now.